Hello and welcome. Today we're going to do some examples for linear inequalities, which will be similar to the questions on the STAR test. Also, we're going to demonstrate how to use the new calculator for you to use during the STAR test. It's called the Texas STAR version of the Desmos calculator. So let's start with that. And basically, one of the things that you might want to do is click right here, and we want to get rid of the minor grid lines. And we want to add the steps 1 for both for the X and for the Y. And what that will do is it will make the graph a little bit easier to read. So let me repeat. You click right here. You make sure to unclick the minor grid lines and you change the steps to 1 and 1, both for X and Y. Once you do that, you should have a graph similar to this one, which will be easier to see. Okay, and right here you can click and you can enter, for example, y equals 2x minus 5, and if you see right there, they drew us the line. Okay, also you can use it as a calculator like we've been using in class. So for example, -6 divided by -4 gives us a decimal. And if you want to change to a fraction, the fraction button is right here, and right there it gives us the reduced fraction. Okay, so this will be the calculator we'll be using. So let's go ahead and start with some examples. So right here we have an example, and if you click here on show your work, you'll be able to see the problem. And if you want to make it bigger, just click the down arrow, and that way you have space to do your calculations and be able to have a better look at the graphs. So right here, first thing I want to do, we identify our m, which in this case is 3, and our b is -4. And please remember, slope, we want it to be a fraction, so we put a 1 underneath. And this means that the slope goes up 3 and to the right 1. Okay, so looking at these 4 multiple choices, first of all, we notice that our inequality sign does not have a dash underneath. So we can go ahead and eliminate letter A and B because both have solid lines and we're looking for something that is dashed. Now we look at the y-intercept and we notice that both graphs starts at -4, and then the slope is up 3, so up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. So they both have the same slope. So the main decision to make is which one was shaded correctly. And if you remember, this is greater than, so imagine here is your elevator, and if we ask the elevator to go up because we want to be on a floor that is greater than the one that we are right now, we notice that this is not the answer, and definitely letter D will be our answer. So go ahead and select letter D as our answer, and we can go on to the next problem. Let's go ahead and click on the down arrow, and when we look at this problem, we see that the y is not alone, and in fact, this is an x. We're going to go ahead and send the 4x to the other side, and we're going to send the 3y to this side. So when we do that, we're going to get -3y greater than or equal to 4x plus 21. Then we're going to divide both sides by -3. This would be y less than or equal to -4/3 x minus 7. Now that we have the y alone, we can identify the slope to be -4/3 and our b to be equals -7. By looking at the inequality sign, we can go ahead and eliminate letter A because we're expecting to have a solid line, and here we have a dashed line, because when the inequality sign has a dash, that means the line is going to be solid. Now let's look at the y-intercept. The y-intercept here is -7, and each one of these alternatives or multiple choices have the y-intercept as -7. So the y-intercept doesn't help us. As far as the slope tells us that the line is going to go down 4 and it's going to go to the right 3. When we try to do that here, starting at the y-intercept, we cannot go down 4, so we're going to go up instead, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 3. So that means the slope is correct on this one. When we try this one, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3 also works. And on this one, 1, 2, 3 over 4. So that means the slope does not work for this one. So we're down to letter B and C. So now comes the shading. The symbol here is less than or equal to. So remember our elevator, we put our pencil right there, and we're asking the elevator to go down. And if we go down, we're below the line, and that's where we need to shade it. So that means this is incorrect. And on this one, go down the line, and that's where it was shaded. So that means the answer is letter C. So we'll go here, and we're going to select letter C as our answer. And we do get a green light. So let's go on to the next problem. The next problem, let's go ahead and click show your work. Let's go down the arrow so we can see better the problem. On this one, we have the inequality x less than 5. And if you remember, if you have the x and a number, that's going to be the special case where the line is going to be vertical. And so all of these, the line is vertical, but we also expect the line to be dashed because there's no little line over here under the inequality symbol. So that means we can eliminate letter A, letter B, and this is less than, so we want to shade on the side that is less than 5. So that means letter C goes out the door, and that means the answer is letter D. So right there, we got our answer. So please remember, if you have X and just a number, you're expecting to see a vertical line. On the other hand, if you have the Y and a number by itself, then you expect to see a horizontal line. So, all right. So let's go ahead and select letter D. We got the green light. So basically, this concludes our example. Thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.